I'm Keegan Shivers,
I'm Nick Shivers.
and this is the Shivers Report, where you get the most up-to-date real estate information.
In the world!
It's 2 weeks into the new year, and we've thrown out our 2026 predictions already. Nobody knows what's going to happen this year. Nobody has any idea. There's a new article that comes out that could shift the market up or down in a matter of hours, it seems like. There's new podcasts and new YouTube videos of people saying it's going to crash 50%. It's going to explode. Your home values are going to double. So what do you think is going to happen when it comes to home sales and the amount of transactions that we see this year?
Well, let's talk about what we predicted. So earlier in this year, we thought, okay, we believe because at the end of 2025, there were less sales nationwide than in 2024. 2024 was a very slow year for transactions.
Yeah.
Okay, so me and you both agreed, old guy, young guy, both agreed that we would see more home sales. Our National Association of Realtors predicted up to 10 to 15% more home sales. Now, do I believe them? I said, heck no, we're not going to see that. Maybe we get up to 5%.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to think maybe there's a little light at the end of the tunnel where we might see a little bit more. Now, you're yawning when I'm talking. Is that mean I'm boring you?
I mean, sometimes your bald head gets me tired. Yeah, I mean, initially when they came out with all those stats, it seemed like overhype.
Yeah.
But recently, if we get interest rates down to, we talked about this in a previous episode, mid fives.
Yeah.
That is significantly lower than anything we've seen in the last 3 years. And it wouldn't surprise me if we reached that point.
Right. You look at data points, millennials.
Yep.
Biggest group of potential buyers ever.
Mm-hmm.
And they have not been getting into the market as normal first-time home buyers have. So I believe there is a massive potential for pent-up demand.
Yep.
If we can get affordability down, and we've talked about that in previous episodes, which we believe that's going to happen. Why? Is because for midterms, that's Trump's number one thing that he wants to get done.
Yeah.
And he has some levers that he can pull, and I believe it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So do I think it's going to get hit 10%? No, but I'm going to take my prediction is under 5% to a little bit over 5% growth. That's my prediction. How about you?
I think anywhere from that 5 to 10% range. I mean, it's really not going to be too hard to come up because we are nearing, and we had a 30-year low of transactions last year.
Sure.
So that is not a significant increase in the grand scheme of things when it comes to the housing market and transactions.
Okay, what about our prediction? At least my prediction for home appreciation was. Now remember, there's real and there's nominal. Okay, the one that we should look at is the one with factoring in inflation. So I said that we would have negative price growth factoring in inflation. Now I'm going to say we're going to have flat to slight. So let's say right now inflation's at 2.7%.
Yeah.
So if we were flat, that would mean home values would go up 2.7. So if it was 400,000, that would be 54. That would be somewhere around $12,000 to $13,000 higher value. So I'm going to predict now, I'm changing my prediction, and I'll probably change it next week too, because 25 years in the business, the most volatile real estate market I've ever seen as far as values and stuff. Usually real estate moves really, really slow, but it's moving very, very fast. Things are changing.
Yeah.
I'm going to predict a matching inflation growth this year. That's my new prediction. How about you?
I think slightly above.
Above inflation?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. I think there is a lot of pent-up demand on the sidelines. A lot of people who haven't had even the opportunity to think about purchasing, or just doesn't make sense for them. The people who are stuck in that mortgage that they locked in 4 or 5 years ago, that potentially have had another kid, had maybe two more kids, have had a change they'd like to make. Maybe they can't or haven't felt like they've been able to move to the place they've wanted to.
Okay.
At what point does it need to get to where it makes sense for them to bite the bullet?
Sure.
If nothing's changed, of course it doesn't make sense for you to make a change because your mortgage payment is going to be significantly lower on the monthly. But if there's always changes in our lives,
Life circumstance.
life circumstances. And if that gets to a point where interest rates are mid fives, I think we could see a tick up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was predicting that we'd see interest rates from 5.8 to 6.25 next year. I'm going to change that I think we're going to see interest rates from like anywhere from 5.5 to 6 for a lot for maybe the second half of right before the midterms.
I'm
I'm going to predict that 5.5 to 6.
I think we'll touch 5.25 next year.
Whoa.
I-
Okay.
I-
All right.
this-
All right.
This is I've had two breakfasts with my lender buddy the last 2 weeks, and he said it multiple times. I'm gonna rock with him. I'm gonna rock with
Okay.
that. Will touch it. Nope,
Okay,
touch
so
it.
I think there needs to be a little bet here. Okay, so at one point in time, you believe that interest rates will hit 5.25.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna bet you $100. I'm gonna bet you $10, and I'm gonna give you 10-to-1 odds. Okay,
I give
so
you
so if I win, I get $10. If you win, you get 100.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay, so we got the
Yeah,
bet.
Yeah.
The 5.25. We'll see if the old guy or the young guy is right in 2026.
Yep. All right, guys, you saw it here first.